Good morning and welcome back to the garden. Today is Saturday, December 17th, and you know what that means. We're going to do a quick review of this garden, then we're going to go to you and celebrate what's going on in your garden. It's also day 7 of our extreme December planting, and if you're new to my channel, you're in for a real treat. Our friends and neighbors are spectacular. It froze pretty hard last night and it's taken it a while to warm up, but I can feel the heat coming off of this cold frame. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got. Yeah, it froze pretty hard. Even though there's still ice on the bucket, this is going to be pretty warm inside and we don't want to cook this stuff. While I finish rolling up this plastic, let's go ahead and take a look at Dan and what's going on in his greenhouse. Dan is ready for the Christmas cold snap in his greenhouse. And just look at the fantastic variety of cool weather crops and how well they're doing. Thank you, Dan. This is great. Dan said he was up for the planting challenge. He's going to do something a little different, and I can't wait to see that. But your greenhouse looks wonderful. Dan's been a really good friend of this channel, and I've linked his channel in the description box below. But take a look at this. Looks like we made it through the cold so far. The beets and the kale that we planted outside the cold frame are doing just fine. The arugula, the cilantro, the beets, carrots, all doing really well. And the wheat on the straw bales are doing fine also. Beets in the corner could care less about the temperature. Let's take a look at the spinach and the cornflower. And there's a nice little cabbage in the corner. Yesterday when we were out here planting, the wind kind of picked up, took the corner of this plastic and was flapping it. That's the beauty of the deep mulch. A little bit of mulch around the edges, and that'll help hold it down. You do want to have some weights on it though. Well, let's see what we got under here. There you go. Ooh, that's warm. The flower heads on that bok choy shows it's been plenty warm in here. And the Swiss chard that we planted last winter is still hanging in there. Well, let me go get a load of leaves, and while I do that, let's go ahead and take a look at another one of our friends. Art took the last of his ripe peppers off his overwintered pepper plants. He is also remulching his outside raised beds. Thank you, Art. This is great. Art, those peppers look hot. And I'm almost jealous that you're getting your leaves delivered by the bag full. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. Now what we got to decide is where we're going to plant. Oh, come on, I think I got the perfect spot. Right here, we have our grape that's gone dormant. I don't want to plant any viney stuff right in this area. And we do have this trellis that we'll put something on in the spring. I think right here's a pretty good spot to put our next winter greenhouse. Good and moist underneath here. So just like everything else, we're going to pull the mulch back right down to bare soil. Look how nice that is. Let me look at that soil. Look how nice that is. I mean, I can stick my hand straight down in there. Make sure we got enough room for this tote. And this, once we button this one up, we're going to keep it buttoned up until it warms back up. Tomorrow's supposed to be pretty nice. Then it's supposed to start getting really cold. We got a forecast of 16 degrees with -9. We'll see what we get. I think we're in good shape there. So what are we going to plant today? Has anybody ever said you can't have enough beets? Well, we got beets growing in 3 different gardens already. So let's see what else we want to plant. I think we're going to put some brassicas in. But I'm going to put 1 row of cabbage, 1 row of broccoli, and 1 row of cauliflower. We'll see if we get any of those to germinate. I'm only going to put a few broccoli and a few cauliflower because they get kind of tall. And the cabbage is going to get kind of big too. But I don't know what kind of germination rate we're going to get. If it's like all the other years, I'm way overpacked this. I think we're gonna plant some carrots. And since these are carrot seeds we saved, I'm planting these heavy. I'm just broadcasting them. They just want to stay damp and cool. They'll germinate. All right. Just light soil contact. And that's very damp. Now we've got quite a bit of mulch around this already, but I'm going to put some more leaves on it. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think I'm going to plant tomorrow on day 8. I'm going to go get some hay. We're going to start making a few little piles here and there. This forecast of being really cold, I want to make sure I have enough insulation for everything that's out here. And while I do that, let's go on down to Florida and see what Bruce is up to.
Mangoes, mangoes, and more mangoes. Bruce is pretty successful starting new mangoes from cuttings. I can see you're going to expand your food forest quite a bit. That is absolutely wonderful.
I'm still expecting to have a green salad for Christmas dinner. Bruce, that was awesome. Thank you. I'm not going to open up the radishes because we got fresh seeds under that tote. The arugula and the lettuce are really cold hardy plants. You don't think I'm going to be planting some of that in the next 3 days. You'll have to tune in to see. What I'm doing now ties into a question we got from one of our viewers. They ask if I put holes in the totes, and I don't. Even when it's set on the ground, it's not airtight, and the leaves and the straw and the hay that we pile up, it's got enough air in there. It's just got insulation properties. This acts sort of like a terrarium. Even if we had to keep it sealed up for several days, they'll be just fine, and it'll stay nice and moist in there. What I found is if you got any spot that Arctic air can get in, it can freeze the entire inside of the cold frame or the tote. What I'm doing right now is just piling up hay in nice big piles so that I can make sure that all the edges are sealed, any overlaps are sealed. We don't want any of that cold air getting in when it gets really cold. When we button this up for a few days, we want to make sure that everything's snug inside. And it's much easier to do it now than when it's really cold out. It's going to be 50 degrees tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful. So we're going to continue to do this. And if I don't need all this hay, we'll just spread it out as mulch. But it's better to have it piled up if you need it. While I finish unloading this, let's go on down to Texas and see what Valerie's up to. Their forecast for a hard freeze next week also.
Container grown cauliflower? That looks like it would be melt in your mouth good. And that goes along with all the other delicious dishes. I know your house smells just incredible. And I know it'll keep you and Rob warm in the coming cold snap. Now I'm hungry. And I hope you stay warm. Thank you.
Valerie, that looks amazing. And that's why we do it, because it tastes great. Now Valerie did say she has some kind of plan for a cold frame. I can't wait to see what you got in mind there. That's a pretty decent little pile. I'm gonna go get another one.
Mike and Linda are remulching their garden, and their cool weather crops are amazing. Late fall cabbages with no worms. Hopefully you're far enough south to avoid the worst of the coming cold. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Linda, for sharing your garden with us this year.
Leave a comment down below and let everybody know just how much you appreciate them sharing what's going on in their gardens. I got one more thing. I want to do that middle cold frame. Come on, let's take a look at that. We did have a bale of straw that the wires broke. And I did this with that front cold frame. We're just going to take and define the edges. Planting wheat seeds like this is not part of the extreme planting. I didn't think you'd let me get away with that. They're going to go ahead and germinate. They're going to make little wheat plants. We'll just pull them up and drop them in the mulch. Those roots won't be down in the soil deep enough that it'll matter. The good thing about bales is they come out in flakes like this. So we can just define the edge. And that way when we put the frame back on it, it's going to be up off the ground a little bit more. It'll give it more dead air inside there. And right now with that forecast looking like it's looking, we do want to prepare. Okay, we got the kohlrabi and the leeks right there. We got a row of beets. I think we're ready to go. Well, I'm going to go move some more straw this afternoon. I don't think you need to hang out for that, but I do want to thank you for stopping by and celebrating what our friends and neighbors are doing in their gardens. Also for helping me get a hodgepodge of brassicas and carrots put in the ground. Oh yeah, hit the like button. I keep getting told I'm not promoting myself enough. That also brings up another thing. Christmas is just right around the corner. You still have time. And if you're going to order something online, please go to my description box below. Use my Amazon link. I do get a little credit for that, and it does help me out. I do look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 8 of extreme winter planting. You've got a lot of really good guesses, and we still have 3 more things, or since I'm doing a multiple, we got a few more things we can get in the ground. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think I'm going to plant. And if you're interested in seeing what we planted so far, click that link right there, and I'll meet you right back here in the garden. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.